Step one is to untap the keg for the line in question. You're going to need a bucket of clean water. You place the keg tap in the bucket of clean water, making sure it's fully submerged. This will allow us to go to the dispenser and prime all of the beer out of the line so that when we disconnect this, it doesn't make a big mess with getting beer everywhere. So we purge with water, step number one. On a system with multiple valves attached to a single keg, make sure to follow the following instruction for each line that is attached to the keg. With the keg tap in a bucket of water in the back, you place the dispenser in the on mode, prime mode, slide down the slider on the cup coupler, cover the nozzle, press the start button to start the flow. You're using the water that's in the bucket in the back to push the beer out of the line. Make sure that you let it flow for long enough so that all of the beer is purged out of the line. In this case, it looks like we've pushed all the beer out and we're to water. Press the stop button. Go remove the keg coupler from the bucket of clean water. With the keg tap sitting on top of the keg, not connected to anything and not in the bucket of water, repeat the same process as before. This time making sure to hold on to the glass, because when the water empties from the system, you're going to see a very large amount of carbon dioxide will get pushed out that could make a mess if you do not have it covered with a cup. So you can see that now there's just air with a little bit of water coming out. Press the stop button again. Now return to the keg room. You can hear the beer pump is still trying to pressurize the line with no liquid in it. This is the pump in question. You can see that little bit of foam right there on the flow reversal. We need to turn the gas off to this and then relieve the pressure that is in the system still. To do that, on the left-hand side of the panel, you can see this regulator. This is an older style of panel. This is the beer pump regulator. On our new panels, there's two regulators right next to each other. They list keg and beer pump. You want to make sure to shut both of them off for the panel. So there's a lever on this older version. You can see we stopped that side. There's one on the right over here. We need to make sure to shut it off as well. And then now we're working on this line that we have purged. Here's an example of the new updated panel with the regulators that you're going to have to be shutting off. You'll shut off the keg regulator and the beer pump regulator. You open up the bleed off on the empty keg detector and you'll hear air rushing out of it, bubbling happening. We leave this open until this releases all of its pressure from the system. All the pressure has been released. Now that you've relieved the pressure from the line that requires maintenance, you can safely perform maintenance on the line that you've bled down and purged.